Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sandy Allnock and I'm an artist, and today I'll be working in colored pencils. I had this notion to create one of my traditional pieces before the holidays. I try to come up with something really fun that might be of interest to some of you who like to have a holiday picture on the wall. And this year it's going to be the Puffin, who has a pencil in his beak, and he's going to be in front of an Aurora Borealis. And I'm going to try something in the background that I haven't tried before with colored pencil, but I had a hunch it would work, so I gave it a shot. So let's get started. Did my little sketch, and you can see the Puffin that I used as my model does not have glasses on. He does not have a pencil in his beak, and he is definitely not in an Aurora Borealis type of scene. But I'm going to change all of that because, we're artists and we can do that. We can make a decision and decide we don't need to do what's in our photo reference. I really liked this picture of him just because all the colors in the beak, all the colors um, in all the little parts on his face, in contrast with the black and white, was really fun. And I wanted to put some fun glasses on him because, you know, as we all get older and we're doing our art, we need our glasses on. So why not this little guy as well? So I thought the glasses would be kind of a cool touch, especially if I was putting a background behind it, because you can put glasses on a character and it makes them kind of fun, but it doesn't really show off the fact that there's nothing behind the glass. And I think the technique that I'm going to show is going to help achieve that. For blending, I'm using some Gamsol. That's what's in my little container beside me there. And it has a cotton ball in it that I pour the Gamsol into or onto, so that when I dip into it with either a blending stump or a Q-tip or anything, I'm tapping just on a damp cotton ball instead of dipping it into a puddle or any kind of dish with liquid. And it also keeps that liquid from spilling, because if I knock it over, it's just going to be a cotton ball that's wet rolling around, which will be lots less messy than a cup full of liquid. So each of the parts of the puffin's head had these really nice gradations to them. They all kind of seem to end in a little gradation at the top or at the bottom. And I always like that when I'm using a blending stump, because if you use the blending stump by just kind of putting it down at the base, at the darkest, and then flick it, like lift it off the paper as you get to the end, you can get a really soft blend to something like that. The cotton ball the Q-tip that I was using, the cotton ball and the end of a Q-tip, I was using for some of the really soft blending. So a lot of the areas on the face, the shadows on the white, were most appropriately blended with a Q-tip, because the pressure that you can end up putting either on purpose or by accident with a blending stump can actually make some line work when you don't want it to. I wanted to keep it really soft, and the fluffiness of the Q-tip end really helped those cheeks to work. So I'm adding in color into the pencil. I was trying to decide which color pencil that I was going to use, whether it would be a yellow or a red, because, me and yellow. I like me some yellow. This little guy is also going to be the little signature picture on the gift guide that's up this year. So you can go check that out on art-classes.com. I put it in the menu, so you can see if there's things there. It's basically same stuff as last year. So I had the same artists' materials and just updated a few of them for those who are interested in maybe finding something that you would like to get. And we were using basic supplies in the gift guide. I didn't want to have anything that was I don't know, too specific to 2024, so it would be good all year. So the gift guide's always been there, but I give it a little holiday spritz when the season comes up. Also, if there's any coupon codes for some of the art stores, I'm going to be putting them on the homepage of the gift guide because, like Jackson's has already started their Black Friday sale. Their Black Friday pricing is on right now. So I'll put a link to that in the doobly doo as well if you would like to see their holiday pricing. Because I think that you've been very good this year and that you should go and get yourself a treat. Get it, order it, and like send it to someone who will wrap it up for you. So you can send it to your spouse, your significant other. You can send it to your kid to their attention, or to a neighbor or a best friend or something, and then just have them wrap it for you and put it under the tree for you on Christmas. Because then you're going to get something that you really want. And I think you're worth it. Because I think you've been good this year. I apologize for those eyes not ending up being in the footage. My camera turned off right then, apparently. So that was kind of a pain. But this is the thing that I'm going to be trying to do the Aurora Borealis. I didn't want to mess with trying to draw around the bird. So I put down some masking stuff. Masking sheet. What is this stuff called? Anyway, I put some of this down. It's sticky a little bit on the back. And that's the same thing that's making the frame around the picture, that rectangle. And then all I have to do is cut through it. And if I don't press too hard, it doesn't even get to the paper, but you have to do it at the right depth. So you have to test it out and see exactly whether or not it's going to work. So I wanted this masking film to block off everything that I didn't want to get pencil on so that I could just kind of go crazy with the Aurora Borealis in the background. I've done this with watercolor. I've done it with alcohol marker. I've done it with a lot of different things, and it's worked fantastically. And there were aspects of this that did work fantastically. And by that comment, you probably guessed there might be a few other things that didn't work as fantastically, but we'll get to that shortly. So you can kind of see it's just blocking off the Puffin himself. And all I have to do now is cut out the parts that are in the glasses, but not the head, so that the background will continue behind the glasses. So that the Aurora Borealis continues behind there. And this masking film is pretty sweet. I mean, if you struggle with masking on whatever kind of projects, I got it in a giant roll. I think they sell it in sheets as well, so I'll try to link to both in the supply list. And but it's pretty nice. I would say, given my reticence in what I had just said a few minutes ago, it's not the best for colored pencil. Although what you might consider if you want to do something like this would be to do the background first and get your figure masked off. And then once your background is done, you can take the masking off and color the figure. But in this particular case, anything that's powder will lift off with this masking fluid or this masking film. So if you have it over top of some of this powder, the powder in the first portion that's lighter, that was blended just using powdered pigment that I used by just using a nail file to shave off some pigment. And that was just with a dry cotton ball. This is using the blending solution, the Gamsol, along with it. So I dip the cotton ball into the Gamsol solution thing and just press down just a little bit so I get a small amount of it on this cotton ball and then start moving it on the paper. So you can see I can get both a very pale and a much stronger kind of coloring out of the pencil. So I'm going to make some more of the powder and spread out more of it down below. So I wasn't completely sure if I was going to put a scene behind it or if I could get the Aurora to look fantastic enough on its own that it would just be those colors. So just kind of played around with it to see how that was going to play out. Um, got it going uh, from the red down to the orange, down to the yellow. And rather than make a whole lot of powder out of my black pencil, I used a tub of charcoal powder. This is basically charcoal pencil that's already been powdered for you. So you just, dip your damp cotton ball into that and you can move that black onto the surface. And so this is starting to make it feel more like night, which I was more happy with. But the colored pencil still wasn't all that strong, so I was still going to need to do some work on it. But my goal here was to just get a swoosh kind of going in the sky so it felt like it was going at a little bit of an angle, a little uneven. And then I did decide to add a drawing in the background, just some mountains in the back, trying to decide how far down the mountain would go. And it was based on what the pencil was going to look like. So I ended up putting it down below. And then I filled in the rest of it with the same oranges and stuff that were in the sky so that that color will reflect down below. Now, there's a lot of options for how to proceed with this bottom section. In something like this, as it gets closer to the viewer, the color is going to get darker and it's going to go practically black by the time it gets to the very bottom. So it's going to be black right next to where the puffin is. But I wanted this kind of nice solid color underneath of it. And look how smooth you can get that just using a cotton ball with some Gamsol. And then I'm doing some drawing into it with a black pencil to add some detail into the mountains and then some of the water lines, excuse me, going across. My voice is shot today. I don't know what is the deal. Um, Leaving a little bit of the light coming through. And I was debating whether I would use the blending stump or use the cotton ball and opted mostly here for the blending stump because the cotton ball was going to just make everything solid black again. Didn't quite want to do that. And just going back and forth between layers, I can add more lights into this. I can use the pencils right on top of what's there, use some lighter ones to try to add more light onto the mountains and then, kind of making some of the water go across. Now, this practically came out the way it would have if I had just used a cotton ball. So, not really sure what I was thinking. I didn't follow through with my plan particularly well, leaving a whole lot of light in there. So I did have to add some more in at the end. But it looked pretty good to add some of the red pencil back in on top. But just kind of cleaning some of that up so I can get the scene looking the way I want. And I was going to add a little bit more into the mountain, both in the red and in the black, because then I could pull in some of the light as well as darken in some of the dark portions. And before I removed the film border, I put some gouache onto a toothbrush and made some stars in the dark area, which ended up being a little too much stars. Should have been just a few, but I went a little crazy and did end up blending some of those out. Removing the film was the moment that I was waiting for to see if it would work, and it did lighten some of the colors. So I had to go back in and darken some of that up. But the nice crispness of the border came out great. Love this film for that. It will be linked in the supply list, both here and on Substack. And just peel that off. It's almost like having tape, but it's a little more, I guess, delicate to the paper. So if you have papers that can't handle any kind of masking tape or something, then try some of this film because it's pretty awesome. The only thing here with colored pencil was that it peeled up a little bit of that colored pencil drawing from the original. So I did have to move some of that around, both by adding more pigment to it and softening a bit of it again with the blending stump. This looks a little more blown out than it is in reality. And if you'd like to see a picture of how it really came out with a little more intense colors, you can go over to my Substack today. In addition to that picture is going to be my whole collection of holiday images that I've drawn over the years, and I added a bunch of them onto my Fine Art America account so you can get prints of any of them. Uh, Sometimes it includes art stuff, so I have Art Santa up there if you're interested in Art Santa as well, or my little art penguin. So here I'm strengthening some of the colors in the sky and then adding some more darks over top of some of the spritz that I did with the gouache that didn't make me so happy, and then did some dry blending on top to soften all of that, kind of get the colors to go back together. And then I added a few last stars, so I'd have some bigger ones since I'd gotten rid of a bunch of the little spray, add some stronger stars in the distance. And if you want to see all of my holiday themed pictures, because I've done a number of them over the years, hadn't realized quite how many, then you can head over to my Substack. And there's also a little announcement over there about what's coming on Tuesday. So you might want to schedule yourself to check that out on Tuesday. So I'm going to head out and get this all uploaded to Fine Art America so you can get prints if you want them. And then I will see you on Substack or on Tuesday. And in the meantime, get out there and create something every day because that's the way that we grow. I'll see you later. Bye.